Should have started.
Yo,
Should have started.
Hey, did you get that? Did you get
Yeah.
Should have started.
Hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that
Yeah, well, I know I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, he said put me on game. All right, that's enough of that before Jello comes and body slams me through the table asking me for copyright money. Oh, welcome back to
video.
Huh?
He gonna ask you to be in the video.
Hey, if I'm in the video, see, hold on, I'm glad Jesse ain't in here because he would say some wild stuff. But if I'm in the music video, I'm getting sturdy. Yeah, it's that. That's people have been saying that's your type of music, Tone. From your time.
I ain't gonna lie. That's as soon as I heard it, I was like, "What is this?" And then I found out that it was Jello. I was like, "That's crazy."
No, I'm rocking with it. I like it.
It ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it ain't no Lil Wayne. It ain't, but it's a dope little. It's a vibe.
It's something different.
Yeah, it's a vibe. Yeah, and his pops predicted it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's LeVar. I got too much respect for LeVar, man, for what he's been able to do. That's another topic for another day. But welcome back to Gumball Sports Machine, GSM, where we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. And of course, I am not by myself. As always, I got my co-host, Triple OG Tone in the building. Tone, what's happening?
We're back.
Yes, sir.
Number 2, 2005.
Episode 2 of 2025. And you know what? The other day, Tone, that was a pretty good basketball game on. Pretty good basketball game. And a possible finals matchup there, would you say, Tone? Maybe? No? Oh, I guess we're going to talk about it here. No. Oh, the OKC Thunder and the Cleveland Cavaliers did go head-to-head in a 1 seed versus 1 seed battle the other night, and boy, was it a good one. I mean, the teams showed how good they are and the reason why they are good. And I was talking, I was at the gym while the game was going on. In the game, they had, Tony, they got the TVs in the gym, and so I'm walking around the gym, I'm watching the game, and I'm talking to one of my boys, and they're like, "Yeah," and I told him, I was like, the reason why these teams are so good is because what they do is sustainable. They have one guy that can go get 30, 35, 40 on any given night. The rest of the guys shoot the ball at a very, very, very good clip and play defense at a very, very high level. And so that's sustainable in this league. That's sustainable. So Tony, I know you watch this game, and obviously you're a very high supporter of the Cleveland Cavaliers. But who after the Cavs beat the Thunder, does that make them the best team in the league, or do you think somebody else is the best team in the league?
I would feel wrong saying no. They have to be the best team in the league. Just beat the team that, even myself, I thought that OKC was the better team. I do think that OKC will get a little better when they get Chet back, but as it stands, Cleveland's they're balling, man. Their defense, they got Max back. I think that Evan Mobley is becoming an all-star, superstar-ish type player. He's in between there. He's getting it because he hasn't been an all-star, right?
No. He would be a first-time all-star this year.
First-time all-star, and then I believe that he will be a first-time all-star. and I believe that he will continue to be an all-star. But he's gonna become a superstar. Like the way he plays defense, if he can score the basketball consistently, he's gonna be tough to deal with in the East. And yeah, like you said, they have a pretty strong network of defense over there. You have a couple pieces who can put the basketball in the hole, and it's a great team. It's a great team aspect. I do think that health wise, it's tough for them, man, because if Darius goes down or Donovan goes down in the playoffs, I don't know if they can win a series against anyone, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Anyone.
Yeah.
Like, whereas there's a difference. Like, even Orlando's right now, they're winning games without their stars. I don't know if they could win the series either, but just saying, like, I don't think that if they lose either one of them, I don't know if they can win 4 out of 7, man. But right now, yeah, they're number one. They have the record to show for it, and they just beat arguably the best team in the league.
Yeah, I'm with you. Especially on Evan Mobley. Look, Evan Mobley, I believe, is the X factor to that Cavaliers team. He just is. Evan Mobley he does his role and he plays his role at such a high level. Evan Mobley, he is one of the best defenders in the National Basketball Association. He can score the ball. He's developing a 3-point shot this year. He is the X factor to that Cavaliers team. If he's not there, so you mentioned Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. If he's not there, I don't think they can win a series. That's how good I think Evan Mobley is and how good he has been this year. He does everything for that team. Everything. And, to your point, Tone, like if they do lose Darius or Donovan, they're done. They're not winning a series. But that team is so based on everybody being together and playing around each other it's crazy that we have to say, okay, if they lose one person, it's done. Like, I think if they lose a starter, for 7 games, they will not win a series. Like in the regular season, yeah, you can go, even if you lose, Darius Garland or Evan Mobley, you can still go win, 7 out of 10 or, 7 out of 9 or whatever it is. But in the playoff series against teams like Boston and Milwaukee and New York and all these and these other teams, you're not winning a series. You're not winning a series with the starter missing. And I think, yeah, that Cavaliers team, like I said, I personally think I agree with you, Tone. I think they're the best team in the league right now, but I think they're so reliant on each other that if they are missing one person, they're done for.
I agree. I want to give credit to Donovan, though. His progression has been phenomenal. The way he's taken almost a step back, enabling some of his teammates. He's letting Darius Garland feed other people the basketball. He's not as as ball dominant as he once was, and you can see the success that the Cavaliers are having, which is dope. When you it's almost like when D Wade took that step back for LeBron. I mean, they don't have a LeBron-esque player,
right?
But they're playing that great team basketball that you love to see. That it's a more athletic, more defensive Spurs type of, like they're shooting way more threes. It's different, but watching team basketball is great to see.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And obviously you have your Bostons, you have your, even Cleveland puts up a lot of threes. Like you have these teams putting up 35, 40 threes a game. And a lot of people are complaining, oh, it's nothing but, 3-point shooting is nothing but they're coming up the court and shooting 3-pointers every time. Now, I don't necessarily mind it. Like, I'm not going to go out and, have my pitchforks out and say, stop shooting threes. I'm not going to be that because that's basketball. That is basketball. If you enjoy basketball, you don't that's not a big deal. Right. And because you're going to watch basketball to watch basketball. You're going to watch basketball to watch players like LeBron and Kevin Durant and Steph and Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker. And all these guys play basketball. Like that's what you're watching basketball for. But again, their game is sustainable. The way they play the game of basketball is sustainable. And I think that's why Cleveland is so good, is because if you consistently hit the three and you are consistently playing very high level defense, top of the league defense, you are going to win basketball games. And that's exactly what Cleveland has been doing. Even if, like I said, they were out Donovan Mitchell yesterday. Now they were playing a very, very bad Raptors team, but they still went out and got the job done. So, and that's what great teams do is they figure out ways to win, whether they're missing a player, whether they have everybody, whether they're, missing 8 players, whatever the case may be. That's what great teams do. And they did that last night, and they did that against OKC the other day. And OKC is fantastic. OKC is the second best team in the league, in my opinion. But you know what? Before we get to that, after that, is that a finals matchup? Is that a finals preview? Their Beantown Tone.
Potentially, I would hate to see it. I'm definitely rooting for my guys to get this back to back. I do think we're in, a little bit of a slump. For us, our slump is definitely better than some, but we're in a slump. I don't like it. I'm sure the guys in the jerseys don't like it. Kristaps spoke to it. He was being interviewed, I think, last game, and he said that he thinks they're going to come out of the slump shortly. So fingers and toes crossed for that. Drew. I think I need Drew to step it up. I need JB to be a little more consistent. I need JT to get a little more ferocious like he was at the start of the season. I feel like it's really just been Peyton Pritchard who's been consistent for us, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard, he's been good this year. He's been really productive this year, and I think he's probably should be the favorite for Sixth Man of the Year. Here's the thing. Well, first of all, if you guys are in a slump, I want to slump like the Boston Celtics. I wish my team could slump like the Boston Celtics. But we'll get to my team here in a little bit. But where Boston is, every team's going to go through a slump. Every team's going to, like Cleveland is going to go through a slump. Like all these teams, OKC I'm sure is going to go through a slump. They're all going to go through a slump. It's just when you get out of it, can you get back to being consistent, winning basketball games in the way you play basketball? Because not everybody's going to make every shot. That's just basketball. Like not every shot is going to go in. And so I think Boston, although they have not played their best basketball as of late, I think they'll be fine. Now, if I was a betting man right now, and I had, and somebody, gun to my head, somebody's telling me 7-game series, Boston and Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm taking Boston. I just am. Because of the experience, I think they're more talented. I think they're, although Kenny Atkinson has done a fantastic job in Cleveland so far, I think they're better coach. I think I like Joe Mazzulla a lot. So right now, gun to my head, if you had to tell me to pick a team to make it to the finals, between those two, I'd still take Boston. But I think it's gotten a lot closer since October.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say it with as much confidence as I once would have.
Yeah, I think just because Cleveland's been able to do, Cleveland's been, it's consistent. Like that's the thing, they've been consistent. Like people, they started off 14-0, 15-0, and obviously their first loss was to you guys, but then came back and won. And so, even though it was without JB, Jaylen Brown, but again, those are games that you're supposed to win if you're Cleveland. If they're down one of your superstars, you have to go out and win that game. And especially if you're fully healthy.
It's been interesting though. They've won some games, not their usual style of play, I guess to say. It's been pretty interesting to watch how they've had success thus far, and I'm definitely interested to watch them after the All-Star break. That's when the real pressure starts.
Yeah, that's when well, as LeBron would say, playoff mode would start. And so that's when, again, he's turned it up sometimes like that. But Cleveland is going to have to stay consistent. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is going to have to, I think by the end of the year, I think Donovan Mitchell will be in the MVP race. I don't think he'll win it. I think he will be in the race for it. You don't think he'll be in the race?
No, I honestly think Evan Mobley would have a better chance at it than he would.
Really?
Evan Mobley's played more consistent. He doesn't average as many points, but he's honestly played more consistent than Donovan has. He's on both ends of the floor. You're only asking for him for 18 and 9.
Yep.
And he's getting more than that. So to me, he's played more consistent than Donovan has. There's been a couple nights where they might have needed Donovan to score 28, and he had 18, and everyone else just picked up the pieces so that they won, which is dope. That's dope. That's what you want from your others. But yeah, no, MVP. Nah, I still think that's a. I don't know though. I will say that there's a couple like Luka's falling out of the race right now because of injury.
Yeah, statistically he can't win it because of the games he missed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So that's changing the dynamic. I still think that Jokic and Giannis are the front runners, and then actually I'd have to say Shea's got to be the front runner, and then Jokic, Giannis, and Tatum.
And see, I think that's where I think I'd still put Jokic in that because of the numbers. I mean, and they're winning games now. Like I mean, they started off slow, but Jokic is averaging 30, 13, and like 11 or something like that. Like it's ridiculous in what he's doing. And they're winning. So I think Jokic would be, for me, I'd put Jokic up number 1. I'd put SGA number 2. I'd go Giannis 3 and Tatum 4 right now. And yeah, like that's, but yeah, and it's insane because Jokic is he's back-to-back MVPs, and but he's got that chip, so it's not like he's winning MVPs and not winning. Like he has a ring, and Jokic is just he's just on another planet, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch, and he's almost becoming. I don't want to say the Lamar Jackson of the NBA just because Lamar Jackson hasn't won a Super Bowl, but he's fantastic. He's fantastic. Or maybe I should say Lamar Jackson is becoming the Jokic of the NFL.
What I think is dope about it is that, like, when it comes to the culture, or like the street basketball, most people from that essence wouldn't be huge fans of Jokic, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They play that style of basketball that people like to see, that uber athletic, killer crossover, fast.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But now Russie's there. And Russie respects the hell out of Jokic.
Yeah, he does.
And like he love homie game.
Yeah.
And so it don't get no more street than Russie in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That's big 60 over there.
Yeah.
And so I just think that's dope. I mean, I've always loved Jokic's game personally, but just from that dynamic of us, typically, when you're from that culture, you love those Anthony Edwards style hoopers, the athletic,
the Jaws,
yeah, D Rose,
yeah.
When somebody like Russie is paying respect to Jokic, it's like, oh, you might want to listen. Jokic might be a problem. Jokic might be a problem,
man, and that he is.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, I guess I think he's a top 5 big man of all time. I think he's a top 3 big man of all time. If I'm being completely honest, I think he's better than Shaq. I think he's better than Shaq. I think Jokic is better than Shaq. Listen.
No, I get it. Like when you look at his skill set, just his skill set alone,
yeah,
he does more than what Shaq was capable of.
Yeah.
So, and then to think at like, he's still young.
Exactly. He's what, 29, I think.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Because if you think so, here's the thing about Shaq.
Redefining dominance. Sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
Redefining dominance, like what dominance is. People just think it's physicality and being able to bully, but like he dominates the game
in every way.
Yeah,
in every way, passing the ball, scoring the ball, in every rebounding the ball, in every way he dominates the game, and for that reason, so here's the difference between Shaq and Jokic. Jokic is maximizing his potential. He is maximizing his entire skill set. Shaq, I think, had the opportunity to do that, but didn't. Shaq had moments in which he was lazy and had moments in which he wanted to joke around and eat all this other stuff. All this. Like, again, I'm not saying I don't like, I like to eat, but I'm also not in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Shaq were to maximize his potential, if he were to eat right, if he were to really get like the way he should be, Shaq would be the best big man of all time. The best, I mean, over Kareem. Like, he would be ridiculous. Now he was already ridiculous, but with what Jokic has been able to do in winning 3 MVPs and might win another one this year, and he has a ring, so he's already in that conversation. I think he's top 3 of all time. I think it goes Kareem. I don't even know if I could put anybody above. I mean, Will, maybe, but it's hard to say that I can put too many big men. I'm talking about strictly big men over Nikola Jokic at this moment in time.
I'd say this. As far as scoring, the opportunity is different for him than it was for Tim Duncan. They have a similar skill set. I think he's a little bit quicker. It would have been interesting to see Tim Duncan in today's era.
Yeah. Because Tim Duncan, I mean, he developed a 3-pointer towards the end of his career. Like, he can shoot. Like, he can shoot the 3-ball.
Yeah. And the other person is the other, like, OG Sabonis. They said if he played in the NBA for his entire career, that he may have been, the GOAT, arguably. So, real quick, and I was thinking this. I'm like, maybe after I, drop a bomb, you'll be like, maybe we should save that for another pod because it might take long to talk about. But I was thinking the way the eras have changed and what they're trying to talk about, how the NBA isn't what it used to be. Nobody wants to watch it because everyone's shooting the threes. There's definitely a dynamic to that athleticism that I was just talking about that draws in fans that don't regularly watch.
Right. And
I think that because players are thinking about the longevity of their careers, like even Josh said it, when you watch a Derrick Rose, when you watch, T-Mac, when you watch these dudes who were just doing a lot, and then they didn't have that extent, that long career, I think players are saying, damn, how can I lengthen my career, make more money, be healthy at the end of it, all of that into why they're choosing not to just be dunkers anymore or just extra physical players. Two things. That's affecting us as the fans, but it's also improving the abilities of the Europeans. When you look at a Wemby, when you look at Giannis, you look at Jokic, these 4 hoopers have now advantages because the athleticism is almost like meeting itself halfway, and everyone's shooting the basketball now. When before it was just super ultra athletes, dumb strong ox, you know what I'm saying? And some dudes with skills. And so that dynamic of the game is changing, and it's fit for a player like Wemby. Could you imagine if Wemby could do what Kareem did and what he already is capable of?
Yeah, he I think we just name him the GOAT right now.
Yeah, he'd be the best player ever.
Yeah. And it's it's funny that you named that you bring that up because I was watching the Suns game last night with Pops, and we were just looking at the Hawks, and it's insane how global, how international the game has become, because we're looking at the Hawks, right? And the Hawks, I had no idea how like diverse the Hawks were. Like they have like a German in Krejci. They have an African in Onyeka Okongwu. They have Bogdanovic. Like and all these guys are like players. They're not just bench. Like they're not just 12, 13 man. Like they are playing the game in key roles. And so it's so fascinating to see how global the game has become, because like you said, these guys, the guys I just named, the Bogdanoviches and the Krejcis and the Onyeka is pretty athletic, but like these guys aren't like you said, uber ultra athletic. Like they're not playing above the rim. They're not doing, between the legs dunks, and they're shooting the ball. Bogdanovich is a shooter. They're playing defense. They're facilitating. Like these guys, like, and so I'm glad that you brought that up because the game has changed so much within the past, I'll go as long as I've been alive, the past 22 years. Like it's gone from, having the T-Macs and the D Roses, the guys who play above the rim, right? The Russell Westbrooks, the guys who play above the rim, and also kind of gone away from the physical guys, the Rasheed and Ben Wallace's, I would say even Chauncey Billups, like those guys, those hard-nosed guys that's gonna want to hurt Ron Artest or Metta World Peace, whatever you want to call them, those guys that are the enforcers, so to speak, right? The enforcers who are gonna go out there. You put them out there, the Dennis Rodmans, you put them out there to strictly go harass somebody, go just make somebody's life hell. And we've kind of gone away from that. And so, like, some teams still have, obviously Draymond is still in the league. And so some teams have that, but like it's gone away from that so much because at one point in time, every single team had somebody who flew above the rim. Like, he's just ridiculously athletic. They also had somebody who can shoot the three. Like now everybody can shoot the three. I'm talking about one person who could just go out there and make 4 or 5 threes a game. Yes, right? Exactly. And then they had the enforcer, the guy who's going to go earn every single 6 of his fouls, maybe a tech, right? Maybe a flagrant in there. Like, but teams don't do that anymore. And so I'm really glad that you brought that up because, like you said, the game has changed a lot. And so, and again, as a basketball fan, as a basketball player, like I love watching it. Like I love watching the game develop the way that it has.
Yeah, who's the last player to come out of high school?
Oof. Gerald Green?
GG?
I think it's Gerald Green.
Okay.
Let's find out. The last.
I think, like, when you think about that, and yet in other countries they allow the hoopers to be professional at that younger age. So that's also, you got player development starting for, players like Luka, Wemby. They've been playing professional basketball, Jokic, since they were 13, 14 years old. And so their development is different than LeBron. Even LeBron actually had to play, high school basketball versus, could you imagine LeBron's skill set if he was playing professional basketball at 14?
Like it's ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
2 things that America's lacking. One, you missed out on LeBron versus Mike.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You would have had LeBron, crazy athletic. He's 14, 15, 16 years old versus Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would have been crazy. And Kobe. Like, we missed out on that.
Oh my God. Like, imagine that. Like, but so when I'm looking at the last player that was drafted out of high school, if you could tell me the last person that was drafted out of high school, I don't need on the podcast, I will sing an entire song of whatever song you want to do.
How many picks do I get?
I give you 3.
And so I guess it's not Gerald Green. I'm guessing it's not him because you're giving me, dang, last player to ever come out of high school.
I'm so confident that you won't get it. I'll give you the year, 2005.
Damn, 2005? School? Yeah, I have no clue. What is this? What is it? What are the initials?
AJ.
Griffin?
No. Amir Johnson.
Oh yeah, because he came and played with us. I'm tripping. How did I not know that? Come on.
Yeah, Amir Johnson was the last player.
How did I? Man, I should have known that. I'm tripping. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the last player to be drafted out of high school, and that was in 2005 draft class. That is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Almost 20 years.
Exactly.
20 years of basketball where the NBA is not allowed. Even that, though, like when you think about it, high school is 18.
Yep.
Other countries, they start at 13, 14 years old. Like, that's a 4-year advantage. That's like the way we used to make players go to college and the way the WNBA is operating. That's insane.
It's wild. It's wild to think about that. Basketball players overseas have this, like you said, 3-4 year advantage of them playing professional basketball. Now, again, huh?
The weirdest part for me is now that we're in this social media clout realm, internet sensation. Do you know how popular one of these kids would be? If, you know what I'm saying? At least give do it in the D League, in the G League, whatever they call it.
Right.
Do it there. Give those kids who's 14, pay them. Maybe they got to do like school work on the side.
Yeah.
But give them that opportunity to perform against Bronny. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, it's
internet sensations like Zion was in high school, like the kid AJ is right now. What's my man who won the dunk contest?
Oh, Mac McClung.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I wish they had the same opportunity that the kids do overseas. I wish if they did, man, it'd be different. It'd be different. As much as I don't want to, I feel like we have to. We don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about them a little bit. Let's talk about the Suns, man. The Suns, they won last night. They beat the Hawks at home. It's a good win. But an even worse loss is losing to the freaking Hornets. They lost Tuesday night. They lost to the Hornets, and that was embarrassing to watch. Devin Booker played phenomenal. He had a great game. He had 39 points on very, very efficient shooting the basketball. But we lost to the Charlotte Hornets, who had lost 18 out of 19 going into that game. I don't understand. But so Bradley Beal has come off the bench 3 games so far. He has gotten 25 points in 2 of the 3 games that he's come off the bench. And Nurkic didn't even play last night. And he was just healthy. He was healthy. He was just a DMP.
He was just healthy.
he was just healthy. That's it. Like, he was a DMP. Like, he was just there. I saw him in his hoodie. He was looking. Him and I about played the same amount of minutes in an NBA game last night. In fact, I played more basketball than Nurkic did last night.
Oh man.
So Tone, you think? Well, first of all, let me ask you this. After how well Beal has played coming off the bench, do you think the Suns still need to trade him? And if not, do you think he should continue coming off the bench?
Man, I do think as a player, like if I was Bradley Beal, I'd want to be traded because he's depreciating. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how many points he scores off the bench. You're now a 6 man. You're not a starter. They're gonna pay you like a 6 man. As a basketball fan, I'd say, yeah, go let him. Here's the thing. I don't think you guys are going to win the championship with him.
No.
So I'd say let him go elsewhere where he can go perform. Bradley Beal's a player who can lead the league in scoring.
Yeah, I agree.
And so as much as we all want our team to win the championship, only one can win every year. The rest is all entertainment. You know, like, if you want to be honest with yourself, the rest is all entertainment. Let Bradley Beal go entertain. When he was with the Wizards and he was the number 1 guy, he was entertaining. He was making Sports Center. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was highlighting. That's why he made the biggest name for himself. It's doing that. As a Phoenix Sun ex fan, I'd say run them dry, run the well dry.
Whoa, pause. Might have to pause that one. I'm not
You
gonna,
pause that. Not against the pause. But run the well dry. Dog, because this is like the best that we've seen them since that whatever it was, 9 out of 10 type of stint that they had, that run where they were all three playing.
Yeah.
Best version of them we've seen. So you don't fix it if it's not broken, you know? It was broken, put him on the bench. It's now looking like it's fixed. Sometimes you need that little competitive nudge the coach finds. And yeah.
I just don't. I don't think it ever should have came to this. Like I don't understand why he wasn't being productive. I don't know why. I was confused on a lot of things. So I was confused, and I still am. I still am confused on a lot of things. And if Bradley Beal consistently plays this way, I don't want to trade him. Like it's not like I want to trade Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, like you said, is a good basketball player. Bradley Beal has led the league in scoring, and if you give him the opportunity, he can do it again as long as he stays healthy. And here's the thing. Jimmy Butler is a great player. He's a great player. I don't want him if I don't need him. A few weeks ago, yes, we needed him. We still may need him. But he's 35. And so you bring him over. Then we're stuck with 35-year-old, a 36-year-old going on 36 and 37 for the next 3 years. Devin Booker is also getting, now I believe he's in his prime, but he's also getting older. He's going to be 30 here in about a year and a half. So I don't want him if we don't need him. And you know, I would love for Bradley Beal to, because like in his press conferences, like it's like the biggest thing to me is body language and the way that, and you know, I was always told a lot of the times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you can be saying all these things. Bradley Beal can say, "Oh yeah, what was your reaction when Bud told you coming off the bench?" Okay. So, oh, that's all you said? Yeah, I just said okay. That's what he said. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so the body language is telling me, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm coming off the bench because I have to." Now, when you go out there and you're playing well and you're averaging 25 in the past 3 games coming off the bench and you're efficient. He shot 11 for 16 last night. He had 25 points, led the team in scoring. Again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the way I'm seeing from Bradley Beal, he does not look happy. He does not look happy coming off the bench. So I don't know. I don't know what the Suns need. They played well last night. You know, we've talked about him multiple times. Dyson Daniels is a problem. He just is. Dyson Daniels is an absolute problem. Trae Young was quiet last night. You know, the Suns have to play with some type of consistency. They have to play with some type of consistency, because if they don't, we're not gonna make the play-in. We're not gonna make the play-in. And for a team with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal to not even make the play-in tournament, to say that is pathetic is an understatement. That would be
really stinky.
And at that point in time, you break everything up. Everything.
Don't break stuff in the crib because they're losing. Don't do that.
Oh, well, okay. Well, listen, I don't do that anymore. Oh, it was bad. Oh, the final, when they lost the finals. Oh yeah, I don't know if I think I might have told that story on the podcast, but oh yeah, when they lost the finals. Oh yeah, I just went and took some. I was staying at another place. But when they lost the finals, oh yeah, I went in, like I was like so emotionally hurt. Like I was crying. I was like, so I went and took. Oh yeah, I went and, I was looking for something. I need to break something. I need to physically destroy something to just take out my anger. When I went and found a metal pole, went downstairs at the, again, we were staying in an apartment at the time, went downstairs and just started wailing on this wall with this pole. The pole broke, shattered. It's a metal pole, so shattered. Pole shattered. I cut up my hand. I looked like I just got in a fight. Oh yeah, the Cardinals lost one time. I destroyed. We had like these recliner chairs. We had these recliner. I'll never forget it. It was two. So my dad had gotten these two recliner chairs, that were connected to each other. And so usually when we're watching the game, he would sit in one and I would sit in the other. The Cardinals lost to the Patriots, and the Patriots, I think, had won like they had a year like they had this year. The Cardinals had lost to the Patriots on a last-second field goal. I destroyed that chair. Like I destroyed like that chair. Like like when you recline it and then the little leg part comes out and it's flat like this. I then made it go like this. I destroyed that. Yeah. These teams have caused me some pain. But yeah, the Suns, I hope they get it right. I don't see it happening. I don't see them getting right at all. I think they're gonna, they have the Jazz tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if they went out and lost to the Jazz. But we'll see. We'll see.
I think continuity plays a huge role in what you guys lack. But that's why sometimes it's better to build like what OKC has going on, what Houston has going on, versus trying to puzzle piece things together. That's why I think later on in life people will appreciate what LeBron did in Miami, how he kind of puzzle piece something and they won those championships. But it's obvious, like you said, it's obvious Brett B. Bill don't want to come off the bench. Yeah. That's never good. Like when you have that bad team chemistry, it's hard to have success with that.
Very much so.
I heard Gilbert. Was it Gilbert that said it? I think it was Gilbert that said it. He was like, is it better to be – it was either him or Brandon Jennings, one of those dudes. He was like, is it better to be the third option or a sixth man?
That's tough.
And the first thing that they started talking about was Bradley Beal's situation. And when you're the sixth man, all you're doing is coming off the bench killing. You know what I'm saying? You really don't have any other.
There's somebody else to take the ball from you.
But when you're the third option on the team, sometimes I think about when you play in 2K and you got your ball handler. Say your point guard is the Steph Curry, Kyrie type of player. Mm-hmm. He's going to take 15 to 20 shots, and he's bringing the basketball up. So he has the basketball in his hand 60 to 70% of the time already. Now, if you got another dude who plays the 2 or the 3, who's one of them, type of scorer, faded away, shooting.
He's getting the ball next.
He's getting the ball next.
Yep.
So you're the third option. You're literally, and you're a scorer in your mind. You're a scorer. You're not like Ron Artest. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not Tony. You're a scorer in your mind. You're like, I want the ball.
Yep.
And you're not getting it. It's breaking. The conversations in the locker room are different, especially if either one of the first two options have a bad night and you shot the ball 8 times. You're like, yo, come on, pass me the ball. You let me try to help us win. And I'd assume that's what they're dealing with. Again, because Booker hasn't taken that next step. There's probably a conversation first month of the season. They were like, yo, the Booker's going to do this. KD's going to do this. You're going to do this. When you 30 games in and you like, hold on, look at our record, man. Y'all ain't holding up your end of the bargain.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing. And hold on, this Devin Booker stuff because I'll tell you something. I think I'm pretty sure I heard this stat last night on the broadcast. There's only one, because Devin Booker, he's a fantastic scorer, but he's also a really good passer. There's only one guy in the league
last night.
Huh?
I think he had 11 last night.
12. There's only one guy in the league that has more 10 assist games than Devin Booker. This year? This year.
Oh, okay.
There's only one guy. It's Trae Young. There's only one guy that has more 10 assist games.
Yeah, that's wild though. because Jokic just had like multiple 8 and 9 assist type games. I mean, I ain't trying to take no credit away from Devin, but again, like what I said on the last pod, I don't want you passing. I want you scoring the basketball. Passing was what we wanted you to do last year. This year, we want you scoring. We don't want you passing. We got Trey. What's his name? Tyus Jones.
Yep. And he only had 4 assists last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I keep saying. Like I'm a Suns fan. That's what the Suns brought these assist to turnover ratio guys to the team for to get you the basketball so you can score the basketball. But it's dope. That's dope because he is a bucket. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I do think that. But again, for me, I don't think they put. I would have went big defensive guards. Like for me, I'd trade both of them and get a Dyson Daniels. Like I'd say get rid of both of them and go get what's his name, Davion Mitchell.
Yep.
Like y'all need a top tier perimeter defender. Like I don't even think. I mean,
we have. Hold on. Now we have a pretty good one.
You talking about Morris?
Nah, Dunn.
Yeah, but he's not a guard. He's a small forward.
You talking about like a guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all got so many players who can score without a playmaker. They can give me the basketball and I can score. Now there are times throughout the game where you need a playmaker. Of course, every team needs one. But I'm not. For them to not go get a perimeter lock at the guard position was so strange. It was so strange.
But I mean, who are you gonna go get? You know, like at least in free agency. Like there's and even on the trade block, like you mentioned a few guys. You mentioned Dyson Daniels, who I'd be shocked if the Hawks gave up.
Yeah, they better get Trae Young before they get rid of Dyson Daniels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But Dyson Daniels, you mentioned Davion Mitchell, who I like a lot. But who are you gonna go get that's a guard that can kind of sit down? And even then, it's not like they're gonna like start or even have very much playing time.
Listen, I would trade Bradley Beal, go get Jimmy Butler, and you got to probably add something in the package. Go get you. You can't get. Yeah, I almost like you said, like this. It's gonna be tough because you got to get you like a low value kind of guy, and even guys like Scottie Pippen Jr. are making themselves more valuable like right now, and that's what you need. You need somebody who's not really high value on the market type of guy who can play defense, who can play 15 to 18 minutes, and then let Tyus come in and play the real valuable minutes for you. But they need that perimeter defense, man. And that's why I personally think that they should definitely – I think they should go away from Bill. Like, Dunn is obviously – it looks like a better style of basketball for them when you have score, defender, score, big man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks more when they're playing. When you got score, big man, like, it doesn't – work, man.
Yeah, it's tough. And with the Jimmy Butler stuff, I know there would have to be a third team involved in the trade. And so maybe you can get a defender in that third team. Maybe you can go get a Davion Mitchell from Toronto. Maybe a Nickeil Alexander-Walker from Minnesota. Like, one of those guys, but yeah, as much as I would like to think that it's not going to happen. It's not. So that's just the way the NBA works. And like I say, I'm not mad at it, but yeah, it's. I guess at this point it is what it is with Beal and the Suns. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Oh, and that'll be fun. But
that Celtics Suns game, we're gonna try to find our way to. Might get interesting.
Oh yeah. I think we're gonna lose by 35, but we'll make it there. We'll make it there, and we'll record it and everything. Oh yeah, but okay. I'm glad you brought this up. We were talking before the show. Wemby has done some pretty historical things since he's been in the league. He's played This was, I think, about a week ago this stat came out, but so about a week ago, that was he's played 94 career games. In his first 94 career games, he has made 201 threes. That is more than Steph Curry through his first 94 games. I mean, let's take a second to think about it. That is more than Steph Curry in his first 94 games. And so not only Steph Curry, but that's more than Klay Thompson, that's more than Ray Allen, that's more than James Harden, and that's more than Reggie Miller. So, and Wemby is 7'5". 7'5". And you know what, Tom, I'm gonna let you take off on this one. But yeah, and you kind of mentioned it. That just tells you where the game's going.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a beautiful thing to see dudes with that height have that skill set. I think in the future, we're gonna see, like, you know how people say, we'll never see another Mike, we'll never see another LeBron, Russie, so on, so on, so on, so. We're never gonna see another Wemby. But I think in the next 15 to 20 years, we'll see a player who kind of meets it in the middle. It will be like almost LeBron level athleticism, with Wemby-ish height. I'm thinking like 6'11", but he's extra uber athletic, just crazy athletic. Because this is the most skilled I've ever seen the game. When I played the game, high school, there were no dudes who were 6'11" shooting a three like that. I remember this one dude named Juan who could shoot the three, but he was more like a Kevin Love type of Brandon Bass, like catch the wide open and shoot the three type of pick and pop player. When you mesh what Wemby is to an athletic, physical, playing the paint, Giannis style, Giannis would be like, to me, the perfect athlete if he could shoot. If he could shoot like Wemby, Giannis would be the GOAT. He can't shoot like Wemby. And so as much as I appreciated my era of basketball, the Shaqs, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the Alonzo Mournings, the Dikembe Mutombos, and the list goes on and on. I think we're going to see the best basketball player ever in the next 10 to 15 years because of what we're witnessing right now. And yeah, Wemby is dope for what he's accomplished. That is yeah. The future is, I don't even understand. I can't grasp it in my mind what the future is gonna bring for basketball.
So, okay, so you're saying that you think we're gonna see the GOAT within the next 10 to 15, not Wemby specifically.
No, because when I look at Wemby's skill set, like Wemby's elite, but he's more of a Kevin Durant than he is a LeBron or Michael Jordan or Kobe. He doesn't have the actual physique to be able to dominate in certain ways.
Right.
When Giannis came in the league, Giannis's physique reminds me of Wemby. But what he did was alter that physique so he could do other things. If Giannis was capable of shooting the ball like Wemby is, he'd be the GOAT. I don't think anyone would he would be incapable of guarding him. It'd be impossible to guard Giannis.
Yep.
And so Wemby doesn't have that speed or that athleticism that Giannis has. So I'm thinking if you're just a little bit shorter, 7'1", between 6'11" and 7'1", but you're capable of shooting the basketball the way Wemby does and still having that ability that Giannis does to Euro through the lane, jump over people, block shots, snatch block out of the air, post, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's going to be if Giannis would have won another championship, I wouldn't be against people who argued to me that Giannis was the best basketball player ever. I wouldn't agree, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But it'd be a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't just shut it down.
So if you tell me that Giannis win another championship or two and he can shoot, I'm like, well, shit, that's the best player I've ever seen. And that's what I'm like. I think we'll see that in the next 10, 15 years.
And that's why I've always called Kevin Durant the most skilled basketball player to ever touch a basketball. Is because obviously he doesn't have the size and strength that Giannis does, but he is one of the best shooters of all time. I don't even think that's debatable. He is one of the best shooters of the basketball that's ever touched it. He can get into the lane. He can't finish like Giannis. Giannis is walking over people and dunking people. Like, he's not finishing like I've never seen anybody finish like Giannis. The closest thing to it, but Shaq wasn't coming downhill. Shaq was getting the ball in the post.
No, Shaq will get a high post sometimes. I mean, he wasn't running the one like Giannis is, like on a break.
Right.
That's what we're getting at. Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Giannis taking one dribble from half court and dunking the ball. Like, and so, like I guess I've never seen anybody like finish like at the rim like Giannis. I've never seen anybody really move at Giannis's size and weight, and like again, finish the way he does. Kevin Durant is maybe the closest thing to it, but Kevin Durant has again one of the best jump shots of all time, and so like it's different players, and so I think that's what I don't want to get too like religious, but that's what God does. Like, how are you gonna you can't give Giannis all this size and strength and a jump shot. Who's that fair? Like that's not fair, right? You can't give Wemby, he's already 7'5". He can already shoot. You can't give him all this muscle so that he can still get to the rim even whenever he wants to.
But I think we're gonna get there. Like Len Bias, never got to see him, but in that time he was a 6'9" version of Michael Jordan.
Right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like
that's
who
ridiculous.
knows what would have happened, and because his skill set was basically the same as Mike's. He had the midi, you know what I'm saying? He had the little handles, like, and so you put him in that NBA system. Who knows? Who knows if when we would have gained 15, 20 pounds of muscle? I don't think he's that type of player like Giannis was or Giannis is, and I also think that when you can shoot the ball like Wemby can, they don't look for you to be as physical. Giannis couldn't shoot, so they said, we need you to step up in this fashion.
Yep.
But, I think the next 10, 15 years, there will be a kid who's be a little bulky. He'll be able to shoot the basketball. He'll be 6'11", and goddamn.
It's crazy. It's like it might be AJ DeBonsa. But he's not too bulky. Like he's kind of skinny. I mean, I would say Cooper Flag, but Cooper Flag can't shoot.
They're only 6'9" though, right? 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, I'm talking six. I'm talking Kevin Durant, 7-footer,
man,
with that size, with that Giannis, with that LeBron size, who can shoot like that.
It's not fair.
That's going to be a game changer. But when you got Wemby, who's 7'5" and who shoot, I'm like, oh yeah, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the way that the game has changed. It's fun to watch too, man. It's fun to watch.
Even Zach Edey. Zach Edey's a different type of athlete.
He is. But yeah, obviously he can't shoot the ball. Like, he can shoot the ball a little bit, but he's not putting up 8, 9 threes a game and making 4 or 5 of them.
It'll be like our generation, the new generation's Marc Gasol.
Yep, I can see that. Absolutely. All right, Tone, do me a favor. Rank these players in their prime. Number 1, Allen Iverson.
I'm biased. I don't even need to hit the rest of the list. The Chuck, that's 1. I don't care who's on the list. Mike, LeBron.
Oh, see, there you go. See that? Number 2, Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Number 3, Derrick Rose. Number 4, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Where's Rondo? What's up with that? No dog?
Who?
Rondo Rajon? You know him?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Damn.
I don't know. He must have been a nobody.
Young boys.
Must have been a scrub.
Man, disrespectful. Oh, damn, that's tough though. I got so is this bias, or am I supposed to remove my bias?
Remove the bias. Remove the bias because if it was me, if I was biased, I'm putting Derrick Rose number 1.
Ah, bias removed. This is interesting though. I definitely want to hear yours. We might have to have a brief conversation about this. Woo, this is tough. Because for me, number 1 is Russie. This is nah.
It's tough.
Yo,
It's tough.
they go Russie. And this is just their prime, right?
Just their prime.
This is not their career. This is just their prime, the prime version of this athlete.
Their prime.
It would go Russie, Rose. AI Kai. And that was tough for me.
Wow.
Russie, Rose, AI Kai.
Okay, well, here, I'll tell you what. I'll lead mine with telling you we have the same person in last. Kyrie is my 4. Kyrie is my 4. My 3 is Derrick Rose.
Interesting.
And again, I think at his peak he was amazing. But his peak only lasted so long.
But that's all we're basing it off of. So best version of them, not any. That's why I asked that.
Yeah, the best. The best version of them. Right?
Yeah. So Derrick Rose is definitely my number 2.
At 3, I'll put D Rose.
Okay.
At 2, I'll go Russie.
What?
I got Russie at 2, and I got the answer at 1, man.
Bubba, I ain't mad at that.
Listen.
I will say it's a little crazy because 1, AI is my favorite player of all time. 2, you didn't watch that much Bubba.
But I mean, with what he was able to do, right? Who else did he have on that Sixer team that he dragged?
Snow.
That he dragged to the finals.
Theo Ratliff, Aaron McKee, George Lynch. I don't know if Matt Geiger was on that one. And Dikembe. Yeah.
And look, listen. And I think this is why I kind of have AI so high is because the heart in which he played the game with, and how fun he was. Like, now again, I didn't get to watch him live, but I've gone back and I've watched games of Allen Iverson and his best, but like it's tough. If you ask me today, I'll put Allen Iverson 1, but if you ask me 2 weeks from now, I might put Russell Westbrook 1 because of like just how all around those guys' games are. And obviously, Allen Iverson wasn't going to be sitting down, guarding the best player and locking him down, but he was damn sure going to give you an effort. Like he wasn't just.
He did his Luka thing. He did his Luka last. He played the pass lanes.
But again, when you're doing everything offensively, I think you have a right to kind of chill for a little bit on defense.
Yeah, it wasn't like. Well, to me, he played more defense than Luka. I'm just saying, like that's Luka's skill set is playing passing lanes. Luka does that exceptionally. That's what AI did. That's why he led the league in steals. I think two times.
Oh yeah, and I'm not surprised by that at all. But yeah, I think AI and Russ are so interchangeable. Russell Westbrook at his peak in 2016. The year after KD left. I maybe have seen 2 other single better seasons in my life, and they just happen to follow right after each other. I like what he did that year, Russell Westbrook, 2016, and averaging 30, 10, and 10, and the way he dragged that team. Now, they were a 6 seed. But the next best player on that team was Jeremy Grant. Well, I don't know if they had Victor Oladipo already, but like that.
Jeremy Grant, Steven Adams.
Steven Adams. Like I was gonna say Ness Cancer. I forgot who the other center was, but yeah, Steven Adams. Like, yeah. Again, 1 and 2 are interchangeable, but right now, I'm thinking AI, Russ, D Rose, Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm going Russ for that athleticism, for the rebounds. Shoot, the assist too. When he like AI was dope, but he never averaged 10 dimes.
No, and like that's that all around stuff that like Russ is just perfect at. So he's just such a fun player to watch. I mean, now again he's gotten older and he still plays hard every night, but obviously he's gotten older. But yeah, prime Russell Westbrook, goodness. All right, I'll tell you what.
That was a good one though.
That was a good one. That's always fun to talk about. Let's close out. Tone, there's something very, very, very exciting happening this weekend. We haven't even talked about it. And I know, well, actually, there's something. I'll tell you what, we haven't even talked about college football. I know you're not a big college football guy. My Buckeyes are going to go and win the whole thing. So they play Texas tonight. They're going to run over Texas, just like the way they ran over Oregon.
Money on the wood?
Who you want to put money on it?
No, definitely not me. I was just.
Okay.
Yes,
sure.
that means you're confident. Money on the wood, that means it's good.
Oh yeah. I got money on the wood for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. OHIO. Yep. I'm on timing. So, but that game's tonight at 5:30. I will absolutely be watching that game. But there's some NFL football. NFL playoffs. Wildcard weekend starts this weekend, Tony. And
should be exciting, man.
I cannot wait.
I'm excited for my man. This is the time of the year where I Lamar Jackson. This is what I've been on that after all that regular season shit. This is the Lamar. Like when I was growing up, Michael Vick was one of my favorite players. Lamar probably unfortunately reminds me of Mike, like his skill set. I think unfortunately, when you get to reminiscing about that player that you grew up like, damn, and Lamar, I'm sorry to put that burden on you, but man, Mike never got one. Like Lamar, you got to get one, bro. You got to get one.
He's got to.
And sorry to mess up your three-peat. I know you going hard for your three-peat this year.
We waiting for y'all. Listen, we resting up. We resting up.
Yeah, we know.
You got to come to us. You got to come to Arrowhead.
Crazy thing is, I think this is bad for y'all because y'all are playing consistently by winning, winning, but I haven't seen consistent play. Like week to week, we don't know how y'all are gonna win. It's just y'all find a way to win, which is dope. But I'm interested to see what happens. Playoff football is different.
Hey, let's not talk like this is not Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. The 3-time Super Bowl champion, the 2-time MVP, the 3-time Super Bowl MVP.
That you've been stuttering all year bragging about.
I ain't been stuttering nothing, brother.
Been stuttering all year bragging about him week to week.
I ain't been stuttering nothing,
he's
bro.
MVP. Next minute he's yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Playoff patty is a different type of patty. Let me tell you that right now.
Let's hope he's not a beef patty.
Oh, he can be whatever type of patty he pleases as long as he wins.
Goodness gracious.
So
Who you got this weekend? Who you got winning this weekend?
Oh, that's exactly what we're about to go over right now. That's exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. So there are 6 games this weekend. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. So there's 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and then 1 game on Monday night. Let's start with this one. Ravens Steelers. Who you got?
Don't disrespect. I just brought him up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Russell Wilson about to go 350. Phil Tubbs.
First of all, he's a chump. He's an op. We'll never shout out Rusty.
Why not? What?
He played for the Hawks. We don't.
You're right. You're right. But
On the side. Come on, man. That's the
that's something we share. Our hate for the Seahawks.
yeah.
Okay, you're right. I can't get mad at that.
I mean, and now he played for the Steelers. We don't rock with the Steelers either. So
that's a great point. That's a fantastic point.
Double whammy.
All right, I got. Okay, why did that just close? I got the Ravens. Lamar. As I think the biggest thing, they got to run the ball. They have to run the ball. If they don't run the ball, they will lose. If they throw the ball more than they run the ball, they will lose the football game. And I'm talking about the Ravens. If they throw the ball more than they run the ball, they will lose the football game.
Lamar definitely has to be a game manager for this one.
Yeah, I agree. They're gonna have to run the ball. Derrick Henry's gonna have to have a Derrick Henry type game. Broncos at the Bills.
This is a serious question.
I know it's kind of starting off not too difficult.
Painfully, I'm gonna go Buffalo. Painful.
You going Bills?
I am.
Yeah, I'm going Bills too. I'm going Bills again, taking the bias out of it. Yeah, I gotta go with the Bills.
You keep a score sheet over there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good work. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. So that when my picks are right and your picks are wrong.
Whoa.
I just want everybody to know.
I'm next week you picking first because I noticed that you're just picking everybody and picking.
Oh, see, there you go. All right, I'll pick first. This next game I'll pick first because it's a tough one. This is a tough one. Chargers, Texans. Give me CJ. OHIO. Give me CJ. Everybody's talking down. Oh, the Texans, they don't look nearly. And listen, they're not wrong. The Texans haven't looked nearly as good as they should have, and they should be. Their offense does not look smooth at all. They only won the AFC South because of how terrible the division is. But they're going to be at home. This is playoff time. CJ Stroud played very well last year in the playoffs. Give me CJ Stroud and those Houston Texans.
I'm not mad at that. And I kind of want to pick the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going with the Chargers.
See, there you go. Okay. So now they're definitely going to lose. Guarantee.
I go with the Chargers.
All right. Okay. I got Texans. You got the Chargers. This is a good one. Huh?
So they've been playing pretty good football the past couple of weeks.
They have been. I do have to admit. Packers, Eagles. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I mean, you know who I'm rocking with, so
you going Philly?
Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, man.
RIP
my uncle, man. I used to be his team, man. My uncle used to put on for the Eagles, boy. Goodness gracious.
And you know what's crazy? My uncle right now, he's a Packers fan.
Ooh.
And as much as I want to, I love Jordan Love. I love the way he plays the game. I love who he is. I think he is a top 5 quarterback in the league. But Philly is just so good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Philly just because of the team. I'm going to go Philly.
Shout out my homie Kev too, man. My man Kevin, he's from Green Bay side of town.
Oh, okay. So he a Packers.
Yeah, he loves his Bucks too. But yeah, he's definitely Packers. I should see if he's going to the Packers bar. Maybe we could shoot up there with him.
Oh, that'd be dope. Oh, that'd be fire. I'd definitely be down to that.
Right up the street from here, so I'll see what's up with him. Yeah.
Bet. Listen, the Packers just lost Christian Watson, one of the best receivers.
That's your boy. That quarterback.
Jordan Love. I love Jordan Love.
Hey. Goodness gracious.
Oh, see, there you go.
Wait till he finds this out.
See. Hey, listen. If the Packers had Christian Watson, I would take the Packers. If the Packers had Christian Watson, I'd take the Packers. But I'm gonna take Philly. Oh man, see, okay, now this is where gonna get very, very interesting. Commanders, Buccaneers.
Dang. I can't go against the grain since I just picked them. I like the Commanders though. I ain't gonna lie, and I like them mainly off of the quarterback. I like the young guy. He's nice.
Jane Daniels.
Yeah. But I can't go against the grain. I picked the Bucks as my sleeper team. I said that they was going, they've been playing great football too. I picked them as a sleeper team to make a miracle happen. So I'll rock with my miracle team. But I like that kid Dane.
I don't like the fact that we're picking a lot of the same. I hate that actually.
You know what I'm saying that's why I know I should.
But I'm gonna go with the Bucks too. I think they're a little bit more well-rounded. Defensively, I think they're a little bit better than the Commanders. Coaching, I love Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is fantastic. Now Dan Quinn has done a phenomenal job with that team, but I don't trust Cliff Kingsbury in the playoffs. I never will again. Never. And that's the biggest. I think the offense is going to be shut down. I think they're going to be stagnant. I don't think they're going to look good. Give me the Bucks. And finally, the game that has been moved to State Farm Stadium, right here in Arizona. The Vikings and the Rams.
This one for me is a little tough.
Yeah. I think I know who I'm going with.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a second to think about it. I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams. I'm taking the Rams. Not if this game was being played at SoFi, I'd be taking the Vikings. I would. If this game was being played at SoFi, I would take the Vikings. The Rams own State Farm Stadium up until this year. They just do. Sean McVay owns State Farm Stadium again up until this year. And
weather is always a proponent.
We're here?
Anywhere, like you got a cold weather team who's going to play in a warm state. Well, vice versa.
Well, they're both dome teams. Both of them play in a dome.
That's true. I forgot. Minnesota was in a dome.
Yeah. So they're coming, and then they're coming to another dome. So give me the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Nakua, I think that offense is going to be humming. Defensively, they're not very good, so they're going to score a lot of points, the Rams, but I like the Rams in this one. I like Sean McVay.
Damn. Some of y'all like Minnesota, huh? This is tough. I kind of don't want to go against the Rams, but I do want to go against your decision. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm going with the Rams too.
See, maybe what? Maybe I should. Yeah, this. You know what? Maybe this first thing isn't the move. Because there you go.
Well, I forgot that Minnesota didn't have to play outside. I forgot about that.
They are domed up now. They're domed up.
So sometimes when you're going from that outside to inside, you got you're like, oh yeah, feels
yeah.
Different.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a little bit of adjustment in a positive direction.
Yeah, but they're going from dome to dome.
All right, so these are our picks. Ravens, Steelers. Tone has the Ravens. I have the Ravens. Broncos, Bills. Tone has the Bills. I have the Bills. Chargers, Texans. Tone has the Chargers. I have the Texans. Packers, Eagles. Tone has Philly. I have Philly. Commanders, Bucks. Tone has the Bucks. And I have the Bucks and Vikings Rams. Tone has the Rams. I also have the Rams.
On Chargers.
Oh, come on. CJ finna give it to them, boy. He gon'
That's how I win this. Chargers.
Yeah, CJ gonna give it to them, boy. At the crib in Houston. Oh yeah, Big X gonna be there. Beyonce gonna be there. Who else want there?
I know. Who said who else I want there?
Yeah. They Texas showing up to that one.
Who do I want to see there? I want Jaylen Brown to perform his song with Ferg.
Thank you for watching. That's gonna close out the show.
That's crazy, JP.
I think Jello got him in that. For sure.
Play that.
Hold on, what do you say? Say, I serve at that corner. Whoa.
Our next pod, our next cast, we should talk about who we're predicting for the All-Stars.
Oh, you know what? We might do that on the very special edition of the pod that's coming up. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. Because you know what? We haven't said nothing about it, but there's a very special edition. The next episode will be very special. You know, we'll be on remote, to say the least. We'll be on location. But that's gonna close out the show. Tone. Oh, as always, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, my guy. Great show.
Yes, sir. And we will be back Tuesday. Like I said, be on the lookout for that very, very special edition. But as always, don't forget, you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you matter. If nobody else is going to tell you, you come on Gumball Sports Machine, and Gumball will tell you that I love you and you matter. And I'm also proud of you. And always remember, boo Celtics. Jason Tatum sucks.
We dub tonight.
Always remember that the Celtics suck. Boo Boston. And most importantly, it is always, it's nice to be important, but it's much, much more important to be nice. We'll see you guys Tuesday. We're out of here. Peace.